Hey folks, here we are since early this morning, and of course, it's me, Oscar Guardian, in person. And today we have a new episode of RO, coming to you straight from Canada. So let's do as I do, grab your morning coffee, and don't forget to hit that like button. Yes, we're waiting for a juicy like for all the work we've done, and then we can get started. Let's go! The show opens with the entrance of the phenomenal AJ Styles. He's happy to see every fan and every person, well, except for Gunther. Nevertheless, he wants to talk about himself. As he said before, 2026 will be his last year in wrestling, and he doesn't plan to end it all at the Royal Rumble. He wants, just like John Cena, to enjoy a whole year, and he's planning to become world champion one more time. Maybe he's already old, but he's not afraid of Gunther, if only because, unlike Styles, Gunther isn't phenomenal. And then, suddenly, he's interrupted by the music of none other than the champion, CM Punk. He immediately asks if everyone understands why he came out. He's known AJ for 20 years already. No matter what they've been through, they remain good friends, and he's here only to ask, "What are you doing, my friend? Don't risk your career in a match against Gunther, because there are so many moments you could enjoy." Ajay only heard that Punk doesn't believe he can beat Gunther. It's not that he doubts him, it's just that who knows what could happen, and maybe CM Punk and AJ Styles will never get to face each other in a WWE ring. Ajay keeps taking it as an act of disrespect, but he has a suggestion. How about having a match right here tonight? And after Styles beats Gunther, he'll be the #1 contender for Punk's title. Of course, that's on the condition that he actually beats the champion tonight. Phil points out that the match will happen at night, and right away it'll be a title match. The fans just went wild at this announcement, and the wrestlers shook hands. It all looks as if two friends just came out to the ring and were told they had to agree to have a match against each other tonight. Do it however you want. And so they just exchanged a few words, listened to the fans, and now they're getting ready for the match. I don't mind that it all went down like this. It was even kind of funny. We immediately move on to the first match, which is a 6-woman tag team battle. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Roxanne Perez versus Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Stephanie Vaquer. Actually, I wanted to mention that this match would also take place on Raw during the Saturday Night Main Event review, but there simply wasn't enough of a highlight to do so. On that show, their match was the best, but obviously today they won't be allowed to put on the same performance or reach that same level. But even what they showed here was more than enough for me. There's some incredible chemistry between all the women, and it's a real pleasure to watch them. We all understand that there will be a tag team title match between these women, and at the same time, they're setting the stage for a Morgan versus Valkyrie match at the main show of the year. Well, because who else but Liv Morgan is going to win the Rumble? She's had a lot of accomplishments in her career, and it seems like they're ready to give her another one. They gave the match quite a lot of time, and as you can imagine, the women did an excellent job with the task at hand. While a highlight is on the screen, I just want to remind you that we have a news Telegram channel where we post all the latest wrestling news, and we do it faster than anyone else in the CIS because we use foreign sources. As for the match itself, unfortunately, it's time to move on to the ending. Of course, in the end, the faces managed to pull themselves together and win the match, and we congratulate them on that. A tense CM Punk is walking backstage and runs into Finn Balor. He says that he wanted so badly to become champion, but he wasn't able to do it. In any case, last night's main event turned out to be one of the most important moments of his career. He didn't get a chance to do it back then, so he wants to do it now. Finn says, "Thank you." Phil thanks him in return and says that Balor still has a lot ahead of him, and the best decision would be to break away from Judgment Day and stop chasing after that Dominic Mysterio. Come on, enter the Rumble, and I'll see you at WrestleMania. We're shown a promo for the new WWE game, which of course is on YouTube, but I haven't watched. Here, Paul Heyman is chasing after the player so that someone from the Vision could be on the cover of the new game. However, it turned out that the special edition will feature Triple H himself. I'd love to play, but unfortunately my PlayStation's broken, so we'll see how I manage that. Meanwhile, during the commercial break, the Vision came out in full force. As soon as Heyman starts talking, everyone boos him, which of course makes him furious, but still, he has to do his job. Naturally, he starts talking about his boys from the Vision. He wraps it all up with Braun Breaker. By the way, he has a meeting scheduled with Adam Pearce today. Paul reminds everyone that the suspension was unfair, since the manager attacked Breaker first, and he simply had no choice but to respond. In the end, Adam Pearce comes out, and Heyman asks the fans to flip him off and boo him. He says that he does not apologize for what he did. Nevertheless, he admits that he was the first to lay hands on Braun, and for that he does apologize. And he promises that it won't happen again. Oh, and he also accepts Paul Heyman's proposal and officially enters Breakker into the Royal Rumble match. Paul offers a handshake, but the manager decides not to take it. And he also added all the members of Vision to the Royal Rumble. Well, if it hadn't been for the brass knuckles, they would have won the tag match last week. So Austin Theory deserves a chance to redeem himself, which is why tonight he'll have a match against Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. And not just tonight, but right now. So after the commercial break, we move on to the announced match. It's not the first time they faced each other in the ring, and honestly, I enjoy what they show every time. I never cease to be amazed by what Rey Mysterio is still able to do, because usually when you see a 51-year-old man on the street, you don't expect him to suddenly start doing flips. Let's be honest, Austin Theory looks much better in Vision than expected because they're not making him into a punching bag. You could even believe that he has a promising future in the company. I think it's no secret that at some point a scuffle broke out between Fenix, Dragon Lee, and Vision, well, because that's just how matches of this format go. And besides, you need to get a louder reaction from the fans somehow. It's worth noting that Penta received the most support, so there's hope that he'll have a bright future as well. And meanwhile, in the match, Austin Theory picked up the win after a curb stomp. After the match, the brawl continued, and this time Bron Breakker got involved, handing out his signature spears. A frog splash from Paul, and a tsunami from Reed. And just like that, Vision is back! We're shown a promo from Natalya, who decided to talk about what happened last week. She says that just because Maxine is training with legends, it doesn't mean she becomes one herself. Now, Natty reminds everyone of her true self. First Maxine, and then the championship. Natalya's good, but Natty's ready. Raquel angrily seeks Pierce, but is ambushed by Stephanie Walker. The fight didn't last long, and security broke them up. In a break, we see Javon Evans discussing his health. It is minor, he will return soon, and he has future plans. He wants to headline WrestleMania, but needs to win the Royal Rumble first, so he enters the match. I like his ring work, but his promos are questionable. He also looks like a thin 40-year-old, so let's wait for the Rumble. Michael Cole interviewed Gunther about the AJ Styles match. He explained refusing the rematch. Having won once, he's moving past the Rumble. If Styles wants a fight, he gets it, but with his career on the line. Gunther has a bright future, and he's just starting. After ending Goldberg and Cena's careers, he bet Styles' final WWE match is this Saturday. He claimed he could end Cole's career instantly, but wants him to watch and enjoy the show. Jimmy Uso is out as Nova is giving birth, though unconfirmed. In the end, Jay came today to watch a certain match. Backstage, then Baylor approaches Adam Pearce. He wants a Royal Rumble spot, but the manager says it's full. Since Baylor lost his title shot last week, he's denied. Baylor leaves, meeting a scolding Liv Morgan. Next is the #1 contendership match for the tag team titles, featuring El Grande Americano, Akira Tozawa with Otis, The New Day, and Made in America. These professionals know how to structure a match, and did so perfectly. They were given a decent amount of time, and every minute was packed with action, because that's just how it has to be in this type of match. Honestly, I would really like to see Made in America compete for the championship, because at the very least they're the most talented out of these 8 wrestlers, and in the end they've earned this opportunity. The other teams have already gotten pretty tiresome in the title race. By the way, if you want to watch this match or the whole show, don't forget that we have a Telegram channel where we post all wrestling shows, and you can find it via the link in the description. Today, surprisingly, Alpha Academy took the win, so let's see where this all leads. Backstage, Becky Lynch says that she understands why Natalya attacked her friend last week, and if Natalya wants to fight for the title, then they'll see each other. But for now, Lynch announces that she will be participating in the Royal Rumble. Asuka approaches her and says that Lynch isn't ready for her, but Becky simply replies that she's already beaten the Japanese star before and will have no problem doing it again. Somewhere nearby, AJ Styles is getting ready for his match when Javon Evans comes up to him and wishes him luck. Even AJ said that this guy is weird. Stephanie Walker met Adam Pearce backstage and demanded a match. And she gets it, because next week she'll have a match against Raquel Rodriguez under Street Fight rules. That's probably the only way to have a more or less decent match with Raquel. We keep wandering backstage and we run into the Vision. They're thinking about what to do with the Royal Rumble. Logan Paul suggests they fully unite and do everything so that one of them leaves the Royal Rumble as the winner. and he thinks that Breakker is the best contender. Everyone agrees with this proposal. Well, we've reached the main event of the show, and the veterans are still going strong. For the second week in a row, CM Punk defends the heavyweight championship in the main event, proving that he's the best in the world. As previously announced, his opponent is the phenomenal AJ Styles. His career is supposed to end at the Royal Rumble, and I think that's exactly what will happen. While we were focused on Cena's last year, we didn't even notice that AJ Styles was having his farewell tour. A video about this is already in the works and will be released right after the Rumble, if everything goes according to plan, of course. But for today, we have two true professionals who just need a ring, a referee, and time to put on a great show. By the way, this is actually the first time they faced each other one-on-one. Yes, there was a triple threat match, but in fact, the last time they met was all the way back in 2004. I agree, the pace of the match wasn't exactly the fastest, but honestly, it probably didn't need to be. I expected that everything would shift towards the storyline aspect, and that's exactly how it turned out in the end. At one point, Finn Balor suddenly ran in and attacked CM Punk specifically, the same guy he had shown respect to just an hour earlier. The beating was thorough and ended with not one but 3 coups de grace. If all of this is leading to Finn actually winning the title, then I'm all for it. And at least there was an unexpected interference, so that's fine. That's the kind of episode we got this week. I agree, it wasn't as hot as it was a few weeks ago, but honestly, there's not much that can be done about it now. There are literally just a few days left until the Royal Rumble, and then we can start developing new storylines. On Saturday, we'll find out which matches await us at the biggest show of the year, so let's look forward to it. This was Oscar Guardian with you. Oh, damn, I just want to sleep. But I still have to get through another day of work, then one more day tomorrow, work a bit on Thursday, and then I can head to Saudi Arabia to chill, enjoy myself, and watch the Royal Rumble. There will be a vlog. Do you want a Monarch? Whatever. What difference does it make? Just making the vlog for myself so I can watch it again later. And you can watch it too. I don't mind.